All right, we're back again. My name's Erik Dunn, and welcome to Falls Count Anywhere. You're on Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. well, before I get started with my usual stuff, um, we'll get this out of the way, then we'll talk about what today really means. You can find me live every Wednesday at 5 right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Follow us on our Facebook and YouTube channels at RI Broadcasting. Buy me a coffee at RI Broadcasting. Patreon as well for those that want to come support us and support the channel, support the show. Um, and you'll also be able to find me on Amazon, Google, Spotify, TuneIn, and Podbean Podcasts. And if you would like to be a sponsor of this program or for RIB, Going On Daily, or Sports Unfolded, your ad will be read here. We will not only read it so people will hear it, but people will also see it. It'll also be heard on the audio version on Spotify, Amazon, Red Circle, and many more. Those want more information, send an email to Rodrigo at ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. That is all one word, ribroadcasting@gmail. I'm going to fix that, at ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. I'll say it again, that's all one word, at ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. Ron will set you up, get you everything you need, and send you on your way for how you can be a part of the RIB community. Now, if it seems like I'm a little bit down or tired, probably because it has to do with what today is. Um, Today is the 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 bombings, the crashing of the Twin Towers in New York. Um, Thousands of people losing their lives. It, sorry. Days like today really hit you when you sometimes look at your life and you wonder if it's really that bad when you could be 6 feet under right now and gone. Sorry. It's hard. It's hard living lives on days like today. I'm not going to lie to you. And Ron just said, I remember working with the kids at the Y in Providence. So many kids had relatives in that area. I know this is supposed to be all about wrestling and all about WWE, but it's hard. It's hard when stuff like this happens. Uh, Days like today remind me of my grandfather, my dad's father, who served 23 years as part of the army in Korea. Um, we all know that the ones that served, the men and women that put their lives on the line for this country and our flag, they don't know if they'll ever make it back, but it's it's moments like this. It's moments like this that makes you really stop to understand that your life is not a right, it's a privilege. Yeah. This is why we need to thank our servicemen and our first responders, Army, Navy, Marines, our Coast Guards, our police officers and firemen, our our Air Force, our paramedics, our EMTs, and our nurses and doctors. If it's not for them, there would be no U.S. There would be no country. I'm not political. I don't vote at all. I rather put my faith in God than put my faith in the president, to be honest with you, with the state of the world we have right now. I apologize. It's a hard day right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not easy. Doing a show like this is not easy on a day like this. It's hard. So, uh, but I'll tell you right now that you know this is a day where we look back on this day and say, even though it was a really bad tragedy every year, 23 years ago, this was a day where everyone in this country was united together. And my goal with this program is to bring some of that energy and some positivity to WWE. And that is exactly what I hope to do for all of you right now. Um, I believe this is Russ Shade from Kick. How you doing? Thank you for joining us here. Um, but yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. I hope all y'all are staying safe. But I would say tonight, if you if you're going to bed with your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, your husband, or you're tucking in the kids tonight, hold them a little bit tighter. That's the best advice I can give you. Is just hold them a little bit tighter. And if you're far away from them, call them and tell them you love them. Because those thousands that lost their lives on this stage 23 years ago, by this time, could never do it again. Make sure your glass is half full, and that's what I'm going to say about that. Okay, so before I go any further with the usual results, um, I have some notes I took I would like to pass on to you regarding WWE. Um, so, um, ESPN today named the most influential people in wrestling, and the top three was Nick Khan, Triple H, and The Rock. So keep that in mind. Those three right now are the driving forces for this company, behind the scenes at least. Um, I'll also note as well that there's also a rumor right now going around that do you guys remember Matt Riddle, the one that got released due to just so many problems he was going through? He created Rated RKO, no RK Bro with Randy. Um, I mean, this is a guy that honestly, even though he had the look, charisma, cut a good promo, and is a fantastic wrestler, despite the positives, those are though there are people who feel like Riddle has a lot of baggage. He plays the he plays to the beat of his own drum, which led to his UFC firing in 2013 for testing positive twice for marijuana, even though he had an 8-3 record with two no contests. That would have been wins if he didn't fail those drug tests. The 38-year-old transition to pro wrestling in 2014 was a natural. Applying his craft on the independents, Riddle then signed with WWE. He was in NXT for less than 2 years before getting up to the main roster in the summer of 2020, before he was a tag team champion with Randy Orton as the infamous duo of RK Bro. He did, but then also there were times where Matt Riddle proved the naysayers right, got into a verbal altercation with Brock Lesnar at the 2020 Royal Rumble after he said he could retire the former UFC heavyweight champion. Riddle also had an incident with Bill Goldberg at SummerSlam 2019 as he criticized the former WCW heavyweight champion's performance against The Undertaker earlier that year. And then he had been accused of sexual assault and ended up filing a lawsuit against him and against WWE. And then Riddle got suspended again for the second time, failing a drug test. This time was for cocaine, got suspended for 60 days. And he got drunk, led to an incident at a New York airport, and that was how Riddle got fired. But for Riddle, he also believes that that potentially WWE could bring him back. I don't believe it. I would like for him to come back. I mean, however, he did say though in a statement, the chances of me going back, I think they're extremely high. If CM Punk, who filed a lawsuit against WWE, then raked them through the mud for a decade, then goes to the competition, I'll tell you this: if he can do that, everything can be forgiven. I know I wasn't the easiest to work with at times. I think the door is always open. I think the longer I'm away, the harder I work, the more I do, the more likely I could come back. But I'll also say this: if I never go back ever again, and they never talk to me again, I'll be okay with that. So let's keep that one in mind. Um, and then also as well regarding WWE. It's been now 1 year since Nia Jax came back. Um, and then Cody Rhodes topped up at number one on the PWI 500. Seth Rollins and Gunther cracked the top 10. Gunther was number 9, Seth Rollins was number 4. And then as well, it's been 3 months almost since AJ Styles appeared last on WWE TV. Paul Heyman, the promoter, visionary, and Hall of Famer, he's now 59 years of age today. Paul Heyman's now 59. Um, and then on top of that, there's a bid right now regarding to see if Money in the Bank in 25 could be held in Milwaukee. This is a major update. In this regarding Raw. Raw, as of October, is no longer going to be a 3 hour show. I'll say it one more time. Raw will no longer be a 3 hour show. Through the end of 24, as of October 7th, Raw will be 2 hours. 2 hours. So, guys, all I'm going to say is this: enjoy the 3 hours of Raw while you still can. for September. Because as of the first Monday in October, it's going to be down to 2 hours again. Some people are saying it was 4 or 5 years ago, then yeah, but I mean, I don't know how I really feel about it. Like, I don't really know if it's a good thing on my side of the wheel. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes the first week, right? But now we'll go into the SmackDown results. This Friday night is going to be Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against the Cosmic Cosplay Tribal Chief, Solo Sikoa, inside of a steel cage. That is going to be the main event. KO defeated Grayson Waller Austin Theory in a triple threat match. U.S. champion LA Knight hit back-to-back both four traumas on Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. Though the Bloodline defeated the Street Profits and DIY, and that was for SmackDown. For Raw is where it gets interesting now. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill retained their women's tag team titles against the Unholy Union, who they beat at Bash in Berlin. Bret the Hitman Hart returned to Raw, only to have World Heavyweight Champion Gunther insult him. Sami Zayn rushed his defense, and um, and those two went into a brawl. Lara Valkyria and Selena Vega got the help from Natalia, the Queen Heart, and all three won with triple sharpshooters to be a pure fusion collective who have done nothing right at all. And Drew McIntyre confronted Wade Barrett about getting in the way of his confrontation with CM Punk. And Adam Pearce dropped the bombshell regarding that Punk and McIntyre are going to have one more fight. But the major one, Jey Uso will be taking on Braun Breaker because he is now the number one contender to the Intercontinental title. Please get Jey his first title. Please. Now, with that being said, there is a couple of things regarding Bad Blood that have been there, that have been activated, and here it is. So that news from Adam Pearce, it's going to be Punk McIntyre 3, Hell in a Cell. That has been confirmed. So it's finally going to end in Atlanta. That is the hope. Oh, oh, wow. So, oh, wow, that's interesting. The two sponsors of Bad Blood is by Morgan. Yeah, it's by Morgan and Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, and Wendy's. I'll say it again. Morgan and Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, and Wendy's. What the hell? They couldn't have picked. C4 Energy or use Prime. I'm not upset about it. I mean, I think it's kind of cool, but yeah, the home of the Frosty. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. No one else besides Wendy's knows how to make a Frosty. Frosties are awesome. Frosties are godlike. They are. They're a godsend at times. I totally agree. I'll tell you right now, I love Wendy's Frosties. To be honest with you, I actually might get one after bowling tonight. Who knows? I might be in the mood to actually go ahead and get me a Frosty. But also there are Cinnabon pull parts too. Um, Wendy's added that, and that's available all day, and those are really good. Honestly, who knows? Honestly, I might be getting both of those in a water after bowling and say, by the way, this is and say, hey, listen, that's my dinner, like, or that's my a dessert, you know, that's my dessert. That's my dessert after bowling, and I'll probably be the best $7 I'll have ever spent. $2 for the water, probably three for a large frosty, or no, two fifty for a medium frosty, or $3 for a large frosty, and then 320, 349 for the Cinnabons. I'll happily spend $70 on those. you know, but I don't know. I'll see how my body feels after going through 5 games. We will find out. Wendy's over McDonald's. You know what? I will say this: when it comes to dessert, maybe I would say Wendy's would have the edge because of the frosty. But a McDonald's is fraps. I love their caramel fraps. Like those things are fire. Those are awesome. It's kind of hard to compare burgers and fries based on how it is. I mean, granted, I'll take both of them over Burger King any day of the week. I can never have Burger King at all. The only thing I'll ever get from McDonald's is the quarter pounder. That's the only burger I will ever get from them because those are the only burgers there. That's the only burger I know there that is fresh and cooked, made to order. Sometimes I'm waiting 5 minutes after they go through the drive-through, but it's fresh. Wendy's, it's a little bit different. I actually think I like the quarter pounder more than the Dave single, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, but I'm a big fan of the double stack. I love their double stack. I love their chicken nuggets. Oh yeah, but also Wendy's does have one advantage over McDonald's, and that is the Coke Freestyle machine. Even though McDonald's is known to have the best Coke in the game. I mean, they're both very, very competitive in that edge in that sense. You know, uh, but yeah, I would never do McDonald's. No, sorry. I I used to do Burger King. I used to do Burger King back then. I had the Uncle sandwiches. I was a big fan of those. For some reason, the quality just dropped over at Burger King, and I just stopped with them entirely. But yeah, I feel like that McDonald's prices are pretty damn high. Wendy's is actually reasonable, but I mean, some things are better than others, right? But for me, I would say in my eyes, the best go-to for an actual burger that's non-fast food has to be Red Robin. That to me will always be the home of a good burger. Chili's isn't too bad either. You know, Chili's definitely ain't too bad either. Um, and just so you know, I'm not saying fast food. I mean like sit down restaurant style. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely my favorites from that sense. But I'll say right now, looking at the situation, nothing though. However, If you want like good chicken, KFC's right there with it. But I think KFC has also been a sponsor for WWE for years too, so something to think about there. But yeah, so I just thought that was kind of funny when you really step back to really think about that. That Wendy's was a sponsor of Bad Blood with Morgan and Morgan, and Morgan and Morgan's was based out of Boston. It's amazing where they are now all over this country. However, um, Damian Priest and Finn Balor are finally going to go one on one. These two have been going at it since SummerSlam, and Priest is finally going to get his hands on Balor. And then the rematch: Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Women's World Heavyweight Championship. The rematch is finally going to happen. Now, those are just three. I'm confident that Cody's going to have a challenger because don't forget, Bad Blood is in Cody's hometown, Atlanta. I believe Triple H is going to have two more matches. Cody's going to have a challenger for the WWE title, and I wonder if Gunter is going to be defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Sami Zayn. I wonder if those two matches will be confirmed for Bad Blood. I've got a strong feeling that for Bad Blood, it's going to be Sami and Gunter for the world title. Could be a tag team. I can't really see it. Thing is, it's Cody's hometown. I mean, you're not really gonna give him something like that. I mean, you're gonna make him the main event. I would be surprised if Cody's not the main event for Bad Blood, but we will definitely have to see what happens. The card will get a little bit more concrete and a little bit more um, confirmed as we get closer. Biggest thing is, well, let's keep an eye on something and look at the situation regarding Cody because Roman Reigns. And this is from, who is this? Official J Soul. I've been watching WWE longer than you've been alive. 32 years, bro. Keep going, kid. I don't know if he said keep going, kid, as a compliment, but if that means encouragement, then I appreciate you for being a fan. Thank you. Yeah, I had to go back to 99, or no, sorry, I had to go back to like 98 at the beginning of Austin 316 in that era of the Attitude Era. Like, that's when I started going all the way back to understanding what the World Wrestling Federation was before it became World Wrestling Entertainment. So, you know, you kind of like get your research there a little bit down the road, and you kind of like learn as you get older. But yeah, next week, same Raw and SmackDown results. But however, for SmackDown this Friday, the original Tribal Chief Roman Reigns has been advertised. Reigns has been advertised. Is it time for him to make a move? We're gonna find out. I'll catch up with you guys next week with our usual stuff. If there's any more updates around Bad Blood, I'll have it for you. This is Eric Dunn. Thanks so long and thank you from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been a presentation of False Code Anywhere here on Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. I'll talk to you guys next week. And oh, also, before I go, off wrestling note. I hope everyone takes a remembrance of 9/11. I hope everyone understands that life is precious. And just realize that when you put your head down on your pillow tonight, for those that will wake up the next morning, as will I, just remember those thousands of people that didn't even make it home that night. So regardless, of the glass being half empty, understand it's half full. You could be living with nothing and realize that you still have a pulse and a heartbeat, unlike those thousands of people that couldn't. There's one thing about this program I'll tell you guys about. It's brutal honesty, whether I'm fully awake or not, because that's what I'm known for. Also, Patriots won their opening day, so I had a field day on. I'm done with sports on WBOB too. Let's see if they can take the home opener. By the way, I think we had a glitch. Sorry, but yeah, I definitely I just thought that I'd pass it along to you. Some good news there at least. But yeah, the big thing I'm excited about for WWE is maybe the change is coming is a good change, but we'll have to see. Hopefully for the Patriots, they've turned a corner. Maybe they'll shock the home opener Sunday. Who knows? Well, we're on to Seattle, and for me, I'm on to next Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys then. Thank you so much for watching and for listening.